This is a New Tech production. 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 This is a New Tech production.
State of hip hop today, man. Shit, that's a hard question. I mean, I'm not in the hip hop game. I'm not a person that's a super influencer and shit like that, man. But as far as me, in my opinion, the state of hip hop, I think the state of hip hop, it is what it is. You know what I mean? You have you still got your mainstream rappers. You have your underground scene. You got your trap rap. I mean, I think that it's a lane for everybody. It's like whatever you like, your favorite artists, if they happen to make it through the 90s, for people my age, some of your favorite artists are still around. Some of your favorite artists out there are still making music. So I feel like right now, hip hop is like everything. Hip hop is everywhere. So the state of it, hip hop is good. Hip hop still is continuing to grow, but it's enough hip hop out there for everybody. So I'm not really into like all the trap rap and all of that. I'm a purist, so I'm still gonna go for guys that got the boom bap sound. So when you want to mention guys like Griselda, you want to Conway the Machine, Westside Gunn, Benny the Butcher, those guys they still maintain that 90s boom bap sound. So even though they're new, I'm still going to gravitate to those guys because they're still carrying a torch as far as the sound that I'm used to and that I'm comfortable with rocking to. You know what I mean? So yeah, I think that the state of hip hop, it's a lane out there for everybody. It's something out there for every kind of listener, man. You know what I mean? So hip hop is not dead. Hip hop is very much alive. You got to know where to find it. You got to stream it now. You know what I mean? You got to get on your platforms. You got to get on your Spotify's and your iTunes and your what's the other one? Jay-Z Tidal. You got to get on Titles and all these kind of things, and YouTube as well to find and dig for your hip hop, man. So like I said, man, the state of hip hop right now, hip hop, I feel like it's in a good space, man. It's enough money out there for everybody. Now, hip hop has changed a lot. From when I was a teenager and when I was in my early 20s listening to it, hip hop. I don't even want to get into it, man. But they making hip hop. Hip hop is looking real soft now. You know what I mean? We doing a lot of things in hip hop now that were taboo when I was coming up. You know what I mean? So then you got the young guys that don't want, they don't want the older guys to speak on their wrongs, and they want us to, and they want to call us haters, but we just trying to let you know that you gotta, it's a certain code you gotta uphold to, man. It's a certain way, that you gotta move, man. So I see a lot of these young guys doing things to hip hop that dudes my era, we ain't co-signing, man. We ain't with a lot of that stuff, man. You know what I mean? But like I said, I feel like still the state of hip hop is good. I think it's a lane for everybody, no matter what era you from. I mean, no, I'm not rocking the Gucci bag, you know what I mean? But that's something that ain't nothing new. I mean, cats is rocking the Gucci pouches around their neck back in the day.
No, so pocketbook, Gucci pocketbook.
But no, we wasn't rocking no pocketbooks. No, guys, that's what I'm saying. That's things that, like I said, we wore a little pouch with the hat, you know what I mean, back in the day. But that's as far as we was going, man. We got our roles reversed, I feel like, in hip hop.
All right. Do you think hip hop is still just a young man's game?
No, I do not. Like I said, for the 40+ crowd, your favorite rappers are still out there making music. You got your favorite rappers, you know what I mean, that's 40+ that are still out here making music, man. So but yeah, I mean, as far as like hip hop in itself, yes, hip hop is a young man's game because it starts with the youth and it works its way up. You know what I mean? Like the youth kind of dictate everything. That happens on a mainstream level. You know what I mean? And in my opinion, like I said, I'm not an industry guy, but I'm just a guy with his binoculars and his lenses on. I'm just watching. You know what I mean? But Yeah, hip hop is a young man's game. It's all about that. But like I said, there's still room for the 40 plus age too. We still like hip hop. We still fuck with it, even though niggas got kids and wives and and niggas is managers and supervisors at the job. So we can't get out in the club like we used to, and can't get out and we can't be smoking and drinking and partying like we used to. But when we go into the gym and when we riding with our kids and we in our everyday grind, we still want to pull out that good old fashioned hip hop music. You know what I mean? We still want to play that Wu-Tang. We still want to play that Buster. We still want to play some Tribe. You know what I mean? So, but yeah, hip hop is a young man's game. I ain't going front. You know what I mean? Them young boys is getting money. They getting bread now. It seems like it's less work because they not putting as much effort into their lyrics and stuff like that anymore. I feel like that's lost now, lyricism and things of that nature. But you got your young guys out there now that's still flipping and bouncing words and stuff like that, man. But yeah, to answer your question though, yeah, hip hop, it is a young man's game.
How do you feel about the Tekashi 6ix9ine situation? Everybody's talking about it, so I had to ask.
How do I feel about it? I mean, in my opinion, he's somebody who I never felt Tekashi 6ix9ine from the beginning. That song he had Gummo, that wasn't like I wasn't banging that. That wasn't my brand of hip hop. A lot of people out there talking about can he still make music? I don't think that the kid can come back and make music, man. Like I said, I'm from a different era. I mean, he better go over there, I don't know, somewhere over there in Switzerland, I don't know, make watches or some shit. But, hip hop, rapping, I don't think he could do it, man. What you think?
I don't know. This game is crazy now. I never thought I'd see rappers with dresses on, so
right.
It's possible.
In his heart, man, he wasn't real. And, them niggas should have kept him just on the music side and not even expose him to, if he was gonna be the cash cow for those guys, and they should have just kept him as that and not make him do all the gangster and thug shit to tie him in, keep him separated from that. You know what I mean? So that's how I feel about the Tekashi 6ix9ine shit.
Now, do you put somebody like Troy Ave in the same category as Tekashi, or do you think
Troy Ave, the same. I don't really know all the ins and outs. Of Troy Ave case, but I know he allegedly told on Taxstone.
Well, he didn't tell. They had evidence. The feds had evidence that Taxstone did the shooting.
Mm-hmm.
But
Troy Ave is going to take the stand against Taxstone, right?
He's taking the stand because he still got a gun charge. Troy Ave.
Mm-hmm.
He still shot those shots in the club, so he's more or less, I think, taking a stand to get himself out of jail time.
Okay.
To tell what happened.
Right, but who he telling on though?
Well, I think Taxstone already took a plea.
Oh,
I might be
okay.
mistaken, but I think he's going to jail regardless. But I think
Right. I mean, he in jail right now, isn't he? Taxstone?
Yeah. I
So,
think he's going to prison regardless.
I'm really just speculating. I'm a spectator.
Alright, you got 3 relatively new rappers. They don't gotta be 20, 30s that you really like right now.
Mm-hmm.
Can you name them?
Of course, Kendrick. Of course, and people can't say Kendrick without saying Cole, and they can't say Cole without saying fucking Kendrick. But those guys, Tyler the Creator is another dude. Sometimes his shit that he be coming out with, man, in his personal life is a little too much for me. But Tyler the Creator is another cat that I always fuck with because he produces his own beats, his rhymes and shit. He used to be alright. You know what I mean? Lately, I think he's taking a different kind of direction. To name some young dudes, yeah. those three guys, I would say, or who I fuck with. Who else can I think of off the top? No, I'm gonna end it. I'm gonna stop right there. I can't really think of nobody right now, but definitely Freddie Gibbs. His shit was definitely in heavy rotation. Heavy rotation on my shit. I gotta look through my phone, but my phone ain't even on me right now.
How about Benny the Butcher?
Oh yeah, what am I talking about, man? How could I forget about the whole Griselda? Yeah, man. When you ask about new jacks and young cats in the game, Benny the Butcher, the Griselda, the whole Griselda team, man. Conway the Machine, West Side Gun. Those are definitely guys with that project. I recently just went to go see him in concert, and he bought out the Machine. You know what I mean? And yeah, those are some guys I would definitely that I definitely rock with that are new jacks in the game. Because they got that sound. They got their own gritty sound. They in their own lane. And they also got a crew of dudes under them that's coming up under them. That's pretty decent too, man. So the whole Griselda team. Shout out to them dudes. Word. So yeah, man, that about wraps up the little Q&A session we had, man. I thank y'all for watching the Oddcast podcast. Your boy G New, we gonna holler back, man. Peace.